Hello everyone. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Corry Yohanna Melaputri. Now, I will present the journal that I took and understood at the previous meeting. The title of this journal is Household Food Security and Infant Adiposity. What will be discussed about the title earlier is the problem in the form of causal factor on the topic, the method, and the result and conclusion obtained. First, we will discuss the problem that occur. Preventing food insecurity in the children in the United States is an important public health goal because there are both immediate and long-term adverse health consequences. The problem that occurs is food insecurity in early childhood will cause health problems. The health problem mentioned mainly is obesity. Food insecurity can be associated with low food quality, which can increase the risk of obesity. Food quality itself doesn't not only come from the type of food, but also from the upbringing and dietary patterns. As we know, to care for young children, parents prefer caregivers to care their own children. This often occurs due to the business of parents due to increasing food insecurity in the big cities. Research examined the relationship between household food security and infant adiposity and uses the special supplementary nutrition program for women, infants, and children, and the additional nutrition assistance program as an effect modifier. It's hoped that this program will provide more assistance regarding food insecurity through in the surveys and programs. In the part the method performed first was study design and participant population from the nurture study. A breed cohort of 666 racially diverse women and their baby residing in the southeastern United States. The aim of the nurture study to assess feeding, physical activity, sleep, and stress, and association with weight gain during infancy, explore the role of food safety. To participate, women are given written informed consent of their participant and that of their baby. In household food safety expert, our primary expert was household food security status. We used 18th item of the U.S. Household Food Security Survey module. We asked mothers to consider that past 30 days as we interested in assessing the food insecurity status of household at shorter and often dynamic stage of life. For infant adiposity, we measured the baby length using the shortboard portable length board. We calculate the infant BMI Z score using WHO sex and age specific reference data. We classified infant as at risk of being overweight. We measured the scapular and trips skin fold thickness at each home visit. This is done as a proxy for overall obesity and central obesity. We measured in triplicate, taking the average of the three using standard techniques. For other measures, maternal variable include race, black, white, or other race, age, education, BMI before pregnancy, and number of children in the household. Infant variable include race, black, white, or other race, sex, and birth weight for a gestational age Z-score. At each home visit, we assess participants in WAC and SNAP. We also measure monthly breastfeeding and calculate the total months of breastfeeding. In the analysis section, out of 666 women who enrolled their baby, we examined coverage adjust association between household food security and infant adiposity at 3, 6, 9, and 12 months. We adjust the repeat measure of the linear and logistic regression model with unstructured linear error coverage or unstructured logistical work coverage to explain the correlation between repaired measured events. We treat food security as time-varying export because families may experience food insecurity differently over time. We have four categories of food security, namely high, marginal, low, very low, high safety reference. We treat time as a categorical variable to allow for nonlinear time trends. We eliminate the interaction between the timing of food security after testing and failed to date significant difference in food security effect over time. To the test for effect modification, we test a two main interaction between food security and WIC or SNAP separately. The final model includes our coverage in the identifying a priori as potential confounder based on available literature including maternal race, age, education, and BMI before pregnancy, the number of children in the household, and infant race, sex, birth weight according to Z-score for gestational age, and breastfeeding. For multi-intubation, we generate 1,000 data sets that are taken into account and experiment the combined parameter and SE using the standard imputation formula. We use the AIF test to assess the interaction between WIC and SNAP and food security, and the combined result across data set were taken into account. Therefore, we present the result of the model taken into account in the term of parameter estimates, confidence interval, and value from two sides. In the result section, among babies from food-safe households, high and marginal food security, the percentage of babies at risk of being overweight decreased from 46.8% at 3 months to 33.1% at 12 months, whereas for babies from home food insecurity ladder, low and very low food security, the percentage increased from 53.2% to 6.9%. When we test effect modification, we found no evidence of an interaction between food security and WIC or SNIP. Therefore, we only adjust the main effect model and adjusted it from WIC and SNIP across all analyses. After adjustment for potential confounder, infants per household with very low food security had a higher BMI Z-score and were more likely to be a greater risk of being overweight than babies from household security. So in the conclusion section, food insecurity may be a problem, especially during infancy, as the first year is a dynamic time for growth and development. We found that food insecurity in infancy was associated with obesity and excess fat, but large and longer studies are needed to assess ongoing associations. So, that's all can I present. Thank you and always healthy.